This is a walkthrough of this class exercise, and I'll talk about how to use Excel in this. And I'm going to go through it fairly fast, and that's by design. You can skip through things that help you get through the parts that you're familiar with a lot faster. And also, if there's a part, if I went too fast somewhere, being a YouTube video, you can just back it up a little bit to where you want to see it, and you can watch that section over again. And the other thing I should mention is the names might be a little bit different on your exercise. Kind of change these names up a little bit. Okay, let's go to the first one, Aslan spending. And she works a bunch of hours a week. She gets a paycheck twice a month. She donates 10% to tithing and pays 15% to taxes. There's a bunch of stuff on the left that will give you some information. And we're doing this a monthly budget. And so she gets paid she gets paid 314 twice a month. Let's let Excel do a lot of the heavy lifting for us. If you want to write a formula in Excel, formulas start out with an equal sign. So it's 314, and then I'm going to put in times 2, and that will give us her monthly paycheck. And then, well, then you can do equals to the cell above. And the advantage of using formulas is that, say, for example, she gets a raise up to 350 a month. If you have a formula in there, everything updates for you. If you just have some value in there, you have to update everywhere where that value is at. So I highly recommend leveraging the formulas in Excel. Yeah, okay, now we have her total income, which is $628 a month. And let's use some of these formulas in Excel. Her tithing is 10%, so equals zero point 0.1 times, and then you go up to where her total income is. If she pays 10% of tithing on her income, hit enter, that formula will take, so that's 6280. Her taxes is 15%. So I'm going to put 15% is 0.15 times, and then her income. And let me go back and show you this again. So let's say she gets that raise to 350 a paycheck. When you put that in there, everything else updates for you. And if you want to undo that, Control Z will do that. So we're back to where we are. So 628, 942. See, Aslan spent groceries 4 times this month. And let's add those up over here to the right. 82.23, 14.85, 72.98, and 42.28. And if you want to sum all of those in Excel, there's a formula called equals sum. And formulas have some arguments in them. And the arguments in here are all of these values. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can click on each of these individually, and that will, whatever cells you want, you separate those by a comma, and that will sum everything for you. Another way you can do that is you can put in an array. And so this array starts from cell F8 to F11, includes everything in between. That's what that semicolon means between those two cells. So she has $212.34 groceries. I'm going to point to that cell, so equals, and if I can type in F12, or I can just go over to that cell and click on it. So equals F12. Let's see, how much does she spend on her cell phone? She spends $49.99 a month. That includes all their taxes and fees. And she never goes over on her data usage. That means we can assume $49.99. But she's also putting some extra money away for later. So let's put in 49.99, and then we can add that value. It's 120 divided by 12 because there's 12 months in a year. So it comes about to $10. And so she's putting, her cell phone is $59.99. Let me label this over here. Grocer, yeah. Did I spell that right? No, I didn't. I added an extra I. Come up here. Right up here, wherever you have this little bar up here, that's what you're entering into that cell. And that's entering into cell F7. That's what that means. Okay, groceries. And let's see, entertainment. What does she have? She went to a movie. I'm going to write entertainment. You don't have to type these headings out, but if you're going back to editing, like for example, she looks at her receipts and she finds out, oh no, over here I spent $74.98. It's easy. If you have it labeled, it might be easier to find that. So this month she went to a movie. She spent $8. She went to lunch 3 different times. So she probably got the same type of food, 6.85. So 3 times 6.85. She went swimming, hiking and cycling. It was free, except she got a flat tire, and that did cost 7.5, 7.5 to fix her bike. So let's put that in the entertainment part of the budget because that's what she uses it for. So she is spending $39.55 under entertainment. Let's sum everything up here. Sum, and we'll include all of these values, D9 to D13. And you could put a parenthesis on, or if you hit enter, it'll take it for you. It'll recognize that. And then let's use some formulas in here. Total income equals the total income, and total expenses equals, that's the total expenses value, and her monthly cash flow is the difference between that. So she has that much money coming in, and that much is flowing out, and so the balance comes out to $159.12, if I did that right. So that is her monthly cash flow. That's what she has coming into her savings account. All right, let's take a look at Merity's budget. Merity just set up a budget for her. She's trying to figure things out. She doesn't want to withdraw from savings. Let's start filling out this sum. Let's add all of her expenses together. And then her expenses equals whatever content is in that cell. The cash flow is the difference between that and that. And that means she's got $35 left over. You could put $35 in there, and that will mean her monthly cash flow is zero. So she's not spending more money than she has coming in. She's living within her means. That's not very much money. Not many people will survive on $35 a month, and you could. It may not be the most healthy choice if she wants to continue to maintain her budget and live within her means. You could consider adjusting some of these other things in here. So I'm gonna put this back to, I'm just gonna delete that, and we'll adjust that later on. So she could look at her cell phone. That's pretty expensive. Say she finds a plan for $40 a month. $55 a month for entertainment, that can be kind of steep. She might be able to find ways to save some money there. Let's put that down to $40 a month. So now she's got $88 there. She can put somewhere else in her budget. And so she, for example, say she put $75 in there. Now she has a little bit of savings every month. Or that you could make that 88.75 or whatever it is, but at least her budget is balanced. And when a part of this exercise, if you're going to make those adjustments, put some reasoning why you would do that. Let us know that you're thinking about this. Okay, let's look at Jamie's budget. The first thing Jamie does is in January, she's working on things and she has a monthly cash flow of negative $181. But she needs that to be at least zero. So you can pull that out from her savings, and that brings her monthly cash flow down to zero. And now let's set some new goals for her. She, according to this, as it's set up, she has a monthly cash flow of $9 that she can put to entertainment if she keeps everything constant. But $9 for entertainment is not very much. Let's look at a couple of other things in here. $280 for groceries. There are people who spend that much money, but not everybody's on that kind of a diet. Let's bring that down to maybe $100. Well, 200. That way Jamie can live very comfortably. And she's that way that you can adjust her. Well, she's got a great cell phone plan, $35 a month. You can adjust her entertainment maybe to $50 or something, or 60. Let's put $60 in there. So there she still has some cash flow, $29 that she can put towards savings for a rainy day, or you can adjust as you would seem appropriate. But that ensures that she's not pulling money out of her savings account each time. And then There's a part where you can answer the challenge question where you write all of these things in here. Justify what you're doing. Let's look at the last one. Brianne and Christopher, they're figuring out their budget. They have a goal of 2 cell phones to pay less than $85 a month. And to help them make that goal, let's take a look at these let's compute some monthly prorated prices in here. Remember, they're getting 2 cell phones. And let's see, unlimited 1 month, that's $45 a month. And I'm going to do, that's monthly prorated for 1 person. I'm just going to put this in here for 2 people equals that times 2. That way we can see, because we have a budget we don't want to go over. If he and she both go for the 3 months, what is that? Equals that amount. That's a picture. Okay, equals 130 divided by 3, because they paid $130 for 3 months. So every month they're paying $43.33. For 6 months, that is 255 divided by 6, $42.50. And if they get a 1-year plan, 1-year contract, 495 divided by 12, that comes out to $41.25. And so if they're both going to have the same plan, they would need to sign up for at least a 6-month contract, or they could do a 1-year contract, depending on, I mean, you want to consider that, how long are you going to live there? How long do you want to be committed to that plan? Because if you're going to be moving somewhere where you can't use that plan anymore, that may not be good. Anyways, that's how you compute that. And then you can figure out how you're going to either mix and match or do their budget, and they'll have to keep their budget at less than $85 a month.